Good morning, everybody. Today is March 11th, and this is the 70th book I'm going to read to you, and it's the 70th day of 2022. Sometimes March 11th would only be the 69th day of the year, but this year, February had 29 days in it instead of 28. The 29th day is called leap year, and it only comes every 4 years. This book reminds me of so many things. It reminds me of a friend in high school who told me they had this book as the first book they could read. They could read it when they were 3. And then they said, I knew I didn't have it actually, that I was reading it. I just had memorized it. And people thought I was really smart. And I knew this book, but I didn't have a copy at my house. It was at my great aunt's house. And I remember my great aunts, Alma and Emily, reading it to me. And now I'm going to read it to you guys. It's kind of a fun, silly little book. It's called Arty The Smarty. And it's written by Faith McNulty, and the pictures are by Alberto Aquino. Arty The Smarty. Arty the Smarty. This is the story of a little fish. His name was Arty, and he was a smarty. One day, all the little fish were swimming side by side. Little fish like to swim the same way at the same time, so the little fish all swam this way. Then they all swam that way. What did Arty the Smarty do? Well, when the fish went this way, Arty went that way. When all the fish went that way, Arty went this way. Soon the little fish were all mixed up. Then the fish began to swim together again, this way, that way. Along came Arty the Smarty again. What did he do? This time he was upside down, and he was making a funny fish face. All the fish began to laugh. Boo! 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 They all made laugh bubbles. And they all got mixed up again. One day, Arty saw some little fish crying. Mean old crab made them cry. The little fish were afraid of mean old crab. Not Arty! Arty swam up to the old crab. Mean old crab was eating his dinner. Arty took a hold of crab's dinner. Then he pulled. Old crab wanted his dinner, so he did not let go. Arty pulled and pulled. He pulled the crab around and around. Mean old crab was so dizzy, he let go. He was so dizzy, he went around and around until he was far away. Arty is a smarty, cried the little fish. He made mean old crab go away. One day, Arty saw something on a hook. The hook was on a line. And way up there, a fisherman was holding that line. Yummy! There was something good to eat on that hook. Arty swam over. No! Cried the little fish. Arty, do not go near that hook. But Arty was a smarty, and he knew a way to get the food right off the hook. And he did. Then he put something on the hook for the fisherman. Soon the hook came down again. Yummy! More good food. Arty swam over to get it. No, Arty, no! Cried the little fish. Do not go near the hook. But Arty knew what to do. He took the food off again. Again, he put something on the hook for the fisherman. Up went the hook with a surprise. All the fish laugh. But not the fisherman. He went away. Arty is a smarty, the little fish cried. He made the fisherman go away. Arty can do anything. But there was something Arty could not do. More than anything, Arty wanted to make a big splash. But he was a little fish. All he could do was make a little splash. Arty did not stop trying. He jumped and jumped. He just had to make a big splash. A big, big splash. He jumped and he jumped, but all he could do was make a little splash. One day, Arty said, I need to make room to make a big splash. I will swim out to sea. No, Arty, no, cried the little fish. Do not go out to sea. You will not come back. But Arty swam out to sea. Way out at sea there are fishing boats. And way out at sea there were nets to catch fish. Not me, said Arty the Smarty. He was a little fish. He swam in and out of the nets. And on he went out into the deepest depths of the sea. Arty did not know it, but whales lived in the deepest deep of the sea, and a big, big whale was swimming by. He was so big. His mouth was like a barn door, and his mouth was open so wide that Arty did not see the whale. On came the whale. On went Arty, right into the whale's big mouth. It was deep and dark inside the whale. Arty did not like it. Where am I? He said. What is this? What's going on? Arty began swimming around and around, here and there, this way and that. Bump! Bump! He hit the sides of the whale. Arty began to jump and splash. Blue! 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 He began to blow bubbles, too. Bump! Bump! Splash! Splash! Blue! Blue! The whale did not know what was going on inside. All he could feel was tickle, 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 tickle. All at once, the whale had to laugh. And what a laugh it was! Out came Arty in a big, big splash. I did it, cried Arty. I made a whale of a splash. And he swam home as fast as he could to tell the little fish all about it. Arty the Smarty.